All right, so diving right in, systems, remember that's where we find a point where those two linear equations cross, but instead of using graphing, we're going to use substitution this time. So let's dive right on in. Maybe. Clicky. There we go. All right, so we want to find the solution to this system. Now, our step one when using substitution property, and remember substitution means to replace, is that we want one of our equations, or at least one equation solved for a variable. All right, so in this case, that's this one right here. So that's step one. Because we have y equals. I can do x equals, all right? You want to solve for the easiest variable to solve for. So if you have like 5y plus x equals, I don't know, 27, the x is going to be the easiest one to solve for because you don't have to divide by anything. So again, try to make it an easy go. And actually, in my opinion, only use substitution if you already have an equation that is solved for y. But, you know, that's just my humble opinion. Once I have that equation that is solved for y, my step two is to substitute that expression in the second equation. So what that means is I'm going to take this 3x, and if it helps, put parentheses around it here, and I'm going to put it where this y is. So now I'm going to make this x plus 3x equals negative 32. So that's step two. Step three, solve for, if you notice, that takes all y's out of my equation. So I only have a variable. I only have the variable x. So solve for remaining variable. Why do I say remaining? Because if you have it x equals something, then your y is your remaining. But in this case, that's our x. So in order to solve, I'm going to combine like terms. That's going to give me 4x equals negative 32. I'm going to divide both sides by 4 and get that x equals negative 8. So that is step number 3. I found my variable. Now, real quick, you are not done. We have found x, but we must find y. All right, must find y. So how do we do that? Well, we're going to, step 4 is to substitute our answer from step 3 into an equation and solve. You want an original equation because if you changed something but you didn't do that right, this is what's going to show you that you didn't do it right. So step 4, I'm going to replace. I'm going to replace it into the easiest one, the one that says y equals 3x, and I'm going to replace x with negative 8. And so then I'm going to simplify. 3 times negative 8 is negative 24. And so one last step is to solve. Technically for the remaining variable. Now, we can check our answers still. So I can do y equals, silly Mrs. Cartwright, negative 24. No, go back. Negative 20. We already know that negative 24 works in this top one. So what I need to check is, does negative 8 plus a negative 24 equal a negative 32. And since these are both negative, we're going to add. And so yes, negative 32 equals negative 32. And so this is a solution. We write solutions as an ordered pair, even though we're not graphing this. So this would be a negative 8, comma, negative 24. And unless it's like a real world situation, this is how we write our answers, as an ordered pair, x, comma, y. All right, last one for this video, and we'll make a second video so it doesn't get too long. On this one, we don't have one that's already solved for a variable, but this y is going to be the easiest one to solve for. So I'm going to add 2x to both sides. And I'm going to get y equals 2x minus 3. So now I have this equation that I'm going to plug into y up in the top equation. Excuse me, let me wake up. And so when I do that plugging in, I'm going to get 3 times 2x minus 3 plus 4x equals 14. From here, I'm going to distribute, so we get 6x minus 9 equals 4x equals plus 4x equals 14. I'm going to combine like terms, so 6x plus 4x is 10x minus 9 equals 14. We're going to add 9 to both sides. 10x equals 23. And then we're going to divide both sides, so x will equal 2.3. Yes, you can get decimals. Yes, you can get fractions. We just keep trucking. From here, I'm going to plug that x into the other equation, or one of our original equations. And so I'm going to do negative 2 times 2.3 plus y equals negative 3. Negative 2 times 2.3 is a negative 4.6 plus y equals negative 3. Add the 4.6 and y will equal 1.6. And if you're like, I'm not sure, Mrs. Cartwright. So we use the bottom equation to find y, so I'm now going to check it in the top equation. 3 times 1.6 plus 4 times 2.3 is going to equal 14. 3 times 1.6 is 4.8. 4 times 2.3 is 9.2. And 4.8 plus 9.2 is 14. So it works, which means my answer is 2.3, comma 1.6. Close the parentheses. And again, that is 2 examples on how we solve using substitution. I will catch you on the flip side, 8th graders. Till then, stay classy.